this is Carma Spence with Carma's Cookery, and today I am speaking with Matt Billings, the founder of AYO Almond Milk Yogurt. Welcome to Carma's Cookery.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, what is almond milk yogurt? Because I know that most people probably have never heard of it.
We're almond farmers first, so I'll back up, start at the beginning. So we're almond farmers, and we decided we could make, a lot of people like almond milk. It's been a growing product on store shelves. People like it. It's
Pretty much with all I use.
Yeah, exactly. So my wife and I both, we love kind of the French style yogurts. We ate a lot of those. And my wife's like a little bit, not lactose intolerant, but probably just sensitive a little bit. It was a few years ago we decided, well, wouldn't it be a great way if we could make yogurt out of almond milk? Mm-hmm. So after lots of trial and error, and then finally getting some people that actually knew what they were doing and not me in the kitchen trying to do it, we came up with a really good, healthy, delicious, and it tastes great. And so almond milk yogurt is basically just taking almond milk, using the same cultures that they use in, well, we're using vegan cultures for vegan, but similar cultures, and it turns it into a yogurt, basically.
Interesting. So because it's not dairy, it needs a different kind of culture?
Correct. Yeah, there's specific cultures that we're using. They're from a vegan source, and then they work better on plant-based proteins instead of the animal-based.
Now, how do you get a culture that's vegan? Because aren't cultures bacteria, which a lot of people consider animals?
Good question. I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
What we buy, they claim are vegan cultures. So.
All righty, we'll just go with it then. So how did you get, I mean, you gave us the little short story. How did you get into the almond industry? And then tell us your history, because I know you're like a lifelong farmer, right?
Sure, yeah, lifelong farmer, multiple generations. So my great-grandfather on one side, and then, my great-grandfather on the other side. So yeah, I guess it's technically 4 generations on both sides. So on my dad's side, which is basically the side that I work on, is my paternal side. So my great-grandfather came to California in 1910, roughly.
Wow.
They did a little bit of everything, but they farmed, they did banking, they sold insurance. I think it was, in that day and age, whatever you could do to kind of survive.
Yeah.
My grandfather then also was a banker, but he also was a farmer. My dad is a full-time farmer. He's retired now, basically. And then, so me. So then over 100 years, 4th generation, we're really proud of that.
Yeah, I mean, farming's not an easy industry to stick to, from what I've heard.
No.
So
there are really highlights in it, though, and I always bring this up. The office side kind of gets challenging sometimes, and when you're dealing, especially in this COVID environment, trying to sell things, but the seasonality of it and the connection with nature is something that I'm probably, because I'm 4th generation, it's ingrained in me. I mean, I love walking out in the fields and you see the leaves or the trees in the spring when the blooms are on the trees, or you see in the summer and they look a little tired and hot, and then in the fall the leaves will fall or no leaves at all. So the seasonality of it is a pretty special occupation, I think, or just the closeness with nature that you miss in a lot of other occupations.
Right. So where in California are you located?
So I live in Bakersfield. We farm in the Delano area, so north of Bakersfield, so southern San Joaquin Valley.
Okay, all right. Because I just moved to Minnesota from Southern California, and at least in the LA area, you have to drive hours and hours and hours before you see anything green. Whereas here in Minnesota, it's 5 minutes and there's a cornfield.
Sure.
I've become obsessed with corn. I love watching it grow. Now, you said you got into making AYO yogurt because it was sort of an interest of you and your personally, right?
Yeah, I think it was an interest of us personally, and two, majority of what we do is commodity sales. So we grow both conventional and organic almonds. So our conventional almonds, about 80% are exported throughout the world. And then really the difference between my almonds and someone else's almonds, if you get a Hershey's bar, you're never going to know the difference. You're eating a Hershey's bar, or Kellogg's cereal or whatever it is. our organic almonds we sell really domestically in Canada. So mostly largest amount are here. And what we were trying to do was to really get a brand. I mean, we love our almonds. We think they're unique and we put all this love and care into them. So we were trying to come up with a branded item that we could connect with the consumer, the end consumer, and
Right.
kind of skip all the middleman stages. And that's, we went through a bunch of renditions of things we could try to do, and none of it really hit. And then we just had this aha moment with the yogurt one day, and that's what we've settled on. But I eat a lot of yogurt. I always have eaten a lot of yogurt. So is my wife. I think there's a lot of cooking too, and a love of just food in general. And if you're going to have it, make sure it's nutritious and it tastes good. You know,
Right. Exactly.
hit those two things, you're winning, I think.
Now, when I was tooling around the ingredients, because I've already received some samples and I've been tasting them, I love the vanilla. That was the first one I went for because I tend to eat vanilla yogurt. It's like my go-to. So that was the first one I tried and I liked it. And I noticed when I was looking at the ingredients that instead of saying almond milk, it says almond butter.
Sure.
Is it?
So it's the same thing, really. I don't know. A lot of this is just the labeling requirements. So most almond milk, when it's made, is you make a almond butter or a paste.
Okay.
And so the way we do it is we harvest the almonds, we clean the almonds, and then we roast and toast them or roast them to give them that nutty almondy flavor.
Right.
And then we basically grind them up until they're a paste, and then you mix that paste with water.
Okay.
And that is almond milk.
Okay. All right. I'd never seen it that way because I've made almond milk at home and you've got so much water in there, it never becomes a butter. It just, and then you squeeze it through a bag and.
Yeah. So we're making the butter first and then mixing it with the water later is basically how we do it.
Okay. I was wondering if there was something that was inherently better about starting from almond butter than almond milk.
I think the way we do it, we get a lot higher percentage of almonds in our almond milk yogurt, the AYO yogurt, is probably closer to if you were going to make homemade almond milk, the ratios. So each cup of our yogurt has 20 almonds in it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you buy typical almond milk off the shelf, it's probably nowhere near that.
Right. Well, there aren't a lot of almond milk yogurts available.
No.
So you kind of stand out. Now, I noticed you mentioned earlier when we were talking about how you liked European style yogurts. And that was something I noticed when I was trying the vanilla, because a lot of American yogurts are so sweet. I almost feel like you're saying, would you like some yogurt with your sugar? Whereas your yogurt is much more of a European style where it's not, it's just sweet enough so it's not bitter or tart, but it's not so sweet that you're like, ugh. And I liked that about your yogurt. Was that a conscious choice?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Conscious choice. We didn't, I guess we probably should have gone out and done all this research and we probably would be making something that's a squeezable pink, yogurt. But instead we're kind of going off what we like and what we feel are healthier choices in life. And it still has sugar in it and it's all coming from the fruit, that when we add the fruit in, but it's the base yogurt that we make. And eventually here, hopefully in the next year, we're coming out with a plain yogurt. It won't have any sugar at all. It'll be just a plain.
Okay. Because I did notice there was a little bit more grams of sugar than protein. And I'm just assuming that that's because of what you can't get away. Most of it's not added, it's there. So
yeah, now a lot of people will add a pea protein to try to get vegan yogurts higher. And we feel it has a real weird, bitter, astringent taste to it. Every time we've tasted one, we don't like it.
Yeah, so I have not had good experiences with pea proteins, and I can't use soy protein because it screws with my hormones. So right now I use whey, but that's not vegan. So
so yeah, we've kind of stuck away from the pea, and we decided to sacrifice a little bit of the protein for the flavor profile of it.
But it's not such an unbalance that you're like, oh my gosh, this is dessert. So that it was just, I'm wondering, is it, because, Greek style yogurt has more protein than regular yogurt. Is there a way to make Greek style almond milk yogurt? I mean, have you even looked into that?
No, we haven't. It'd probably be something at some point we might look into, but
I mean, I don't even know if it's
our hands are
possible.
full.
So
Our hands are full with what we're doing now.
I bet. So, is there anything about AYO yogurt that I haven't asked you about that you really want people to know that's important about why someone should choose AYO yogurt?
I think the one is that we're growing the almonds, and every cup, I mean, I can almost tell you what field the cups of yogurt come from. So, I mean, not the tree. I'm not that good, but I can get to the field. So, I mean, we're caring for it 100% of the way. So I think that's unique in almost in any food, really, in this day and age, that you're dealing with the farmer directly, and the love and care that we're putting into that tree, and then we're making the almond milk out of it, and then into yogurt, and then into your hands. It really is farm to spoon in our thought. That's one thing. I think two is that there are 20 almonds per cup. That's really high for any non-dairy yogurt as far as the almonds or any almond milk even. And then I think lastly is that it's got a great taste to it. So it's a more European style yogurt, like you said. It's a little bit thinner, very creamy, and then it has the fruit or the vanilla flavor and this kind of toasted almond finish to it. So
yeah, it did. Yeah. So is it in all grocery stores yet, or you have to really like search for it?
You probably have to search for it to an extent. We're on the West Coast and Northeast Coast, and in Texas, we're in stores right now. More health food centric stores. We're rolling out into Ralph's stores in California in a month and a half, something like that. So the best way to just go to ayoyogurt.com, and we have a store locator on our website that you can find out. And if you don't have them in store, beg the grocery store to bring it in.
Exactly. Is there a way to order it directly from you, or do you have to go through a grocery store?
You have to go through a grocery store right now. The cold chain it's pretty difficult to ship yogurt and make sure it arrives cold.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and I hope you do really well with the yogurt because, like I said, at least the base vanilla, which I've tried, tastes fantastic. I loved it. All right, so thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Bye.